Now.
Welcome to Newswatch 12 at 10. I'm Justin Betty. The official start of summer tourism season is right around the corner for cities across the North Woods. And after last year's pandemic-affected summer, many business leaders have high hopes for a big bounce back this year. But others say they may have to cut back. Newswatch 12's Rachel Eiler tells us why.
This is going to be certainly exhausting for our workforce that is currently here.
One of the Northwood's busiest tourism towns preparing to welcome large groups of customers without enough help.
Simply because we don't have our summer workforce like we usually do.
It's a labor shortage, as Executive Director of Let's Minocqua Chamber of Commerce, Crystal Westfall, explains, with many factors contributing.
Many of our businesses rely heavily on the J1 visa workforce, the summer workforce travelers.
Clearwater Camp for Girls is just one of those businesses that depend on international workers. They still need 5 more employees to fulfill their staffing needs.
Typically by now they'd have their flights and we'd be ready for them, because we cannot count on the international staff to return from previous years or even to find new staffing. It's difficult.
On the flip side, many individuals still choose not to return to work.
And especially with all the COVID and the stimulus pay, nobody's going to come back to work.
Allison Callis says the last year has been a struggle, with her staff cut in half and no one looking for a job.
We probably have had one applicant probably in 8 months. We've hired them.
Business owners tell me that if they don't find those employees, they probably will be able to survive. However, they might have to take more drastic measures, such as changing their hours or even closing their doors permanently.
We would be open from 6 in the morning till 10 o'clock at night. And now we're 7 to 2, because that's all the staff we have.
In Minocqua, Rachel Eiler, Newswatch 12.
Now, of course, another alternative for businesses is to increase wages to attract staff, though some business owners say that is something they likely would not be able to maintain or keep up after tourist season. The unemployment boost, by the way, at least for now, is set to end September 6th, though it could be extended. All right, sticking on the topic of tourism season, the Vilas County campgrounds open for the summer season this Saturday, May 15th, starting at 8 a.m. There are 5 campgrounds in the Vilas County Forest System, including Tamarack Springs, Torch Lake, and Equestrian. All 3 of those reservations are strongly recommended. County officials say those who choose not to reserve sites risk getting moved or kicked out by those who do have reservations. You can find more information at vilascountywi.gov. The number of new confirmed COVID-19 cases reported in Wisconsin today is the fewest in at least 2 months. The Wisconsin Department of Health Services reports 205 new cases today. That drops their 7-day rolling average to 532. DHS also reports no new deaths today for the 2nd straight day. Those have fluctuated a bit more day to day recently. We're averaging 9 per day over the last week. Today, the FDA approved emergency use authorization for Pfizer to use their COVID-19 vaccine in teens as young as 12. The 2-dose vaccine had previously been authorized for those as young as 16 years old, but they say clinical trials and research show it is both safe and effective in kids aged 12 to 15 as well. Well, that news will expand the pool of folks eligible to get the vaccine as the pace of vaccinations across Wisconsin has slowed down in recent weeks. Nearly 45% of all people have still now received at least 1 dose of COVID vaccine, according to DHS. In Oneida County, it's 49.9%, so almost half. Statewide, about 37% of all people have now completed their vaccination. If you are still looking for somewhere to get vaccinated, Rhinelander Hometown Pharmacy has 30 doses of the Pfizer COVID vaccine that must be used by the end of the day on Friday. Anyone 16 or older can come in and get their shot. You can schedule an appointment for Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday from their normal business hours, 9 till 6. Also, the Oneida County Health Department is partnering with Roman Cinema to host a pop-up vaccine clinic tomorrow between 11:30 and 1:30. They'll have both the Moderna vaccine and the one-shot Johnson & Johnson vaccine available. No appointment is necessary for this one, and folks who come in get a free large bag of popcorn for showing up. While many businesses across the country have struggled during the pandemic, one woman in Tomahawk is looking to expand hers. Newswatch 12's Megan Mamlock gives us a taste of what's going on at Sweet Pies of Mine.
Everybody loves pie. I think it's comforting. I think it's something homey. It's if you're not a big fruit lover, that's where you can get your fruit for the day.
Jackie was inspired by a PBS program called A Few Good Pie Places, and that led her to change her career to being a full-time pie baker. This was after driving across the country to meet one of the bakers on the show.
She inspired me. She did it out of her home for many years, and she decided she wanted to open a pie shop. And so I came back here and thought, this is something that I could do.
Jackie was also inspired by her grandmother, who taught her how to bake pies and promptly switched careers in 2016 from being a hairdresser. Sweet Pies Mine had become so popular that she purchased a double oven and now is thinking of moving out of her kitchen in Tomahawk and into a storefront.
I have people that call me from Wausau that want things. I have a wedding I have to do in Wapaka in September. So I think word travels fast by word of mouth.
And there's a reason for the high demand. She makes everything from scratch and can basically make any flavor of pie.
I've also started doing a few weddings where I make what's called a slab pie, which is in a cookie sheet size. I also do the small, like a 4-inch or a 6-inch pie. People will buy that for their mom, for Mom's Day.
Jackie knew she was on the right path when she sold 75 pies at the Tansy Hill Barn Bazaar 2 years ago and plans to outdo herself this year, which she credits to.
You plan, you do things that you can ahead, whether it's cooking your fruit fillings or whatever it may be, but there's a lot of planning.
In Tomahawk, Megan Mamlock, Newswatch 12.
And if you'd like to purchase a pie, you can find Sweet Pies of Mine on Facebook or their website. Straight ahead, we have tonight's edition of Where in the World is Jeff Weller? In the meantime, Andrew's in with your full forecast. You're watching Newswatch 12, proud to serve Phelps and folks all across the North Woods of Wisconsin.
At WJFW, our Newswatch 12 news team works around the clock to bring you the news that matters most of all to the North Woods. Our team is committed to the community and ensuring that you are as informed as possible. NBC Newswatch 12, news from where you live.
Maintenance fee, ATM fee. Can I hide in your fort?
Sure, but the fort fee is 10 cookies.
Need a place to hide from fees? With a BMO Harris Smart Advantage account, you can get cash with nearly as many fee-free ATMs in the U.S. as the 3 largest banks combined, and no monthly maintenance fee.
Huh, did you hear that? No monthly maintenance fee.
Fort fees are subject to the governing bodies of the fort.
She did not learn that from me.
When a bank helps you make real financial progress, that's the BMO effect. And right now, get a $200 bonus when you open a new BMO Harris Smart Advantage account.
My name's Arthur, Merrill, Wisconsin. In August of 2019, I started getting numbness in my feet. By July of 2020, my feet were so numb, I lost a sense of balance. I thought I was walking on stilts. I seen this ad for Spinal Aid. I took 20 treatments from them, and by then my feet were 90% better and no longer felt as I was walking on stilts.
Are you experiencing weakness, numbness, and/or pain in your feet or hands? These sensations might even be affecting other areas of your body along with your balance. You might have already been diagnosed with peripheral neuropathy and are taking drugs such as Lyrica, gabapentin, or Cymbalta that never seems to help. Neuropathy pain ultimately diminishes your quality of life. Call Spinal Aid of Wausau today to see if our treatment methods are right for you. Call 715-203-1508 to schedule your neuropathy severity consultation or visit us at spinalaid.com.
Huge auction, Eagle River, Wisconsin, May 15th. Pontoon boat, Mustang convertible, lawn tractor, guns, pool table, tools, antiques, and much more. Contact Brass and St. Louis Auctions for more details.
All right, time now to play Where in the World is Jeff Weller? And Jeff, it's hard to tell now that it's dark outside, but you are a long way from the North Woods tonight.
Yeah, hey Justin, it's been a fun day though, but that fun does wind down tomorrow as I fly back home. I am in St. Thomas, one of the U.S. Virgin Islands. To get your bearings straight, if you look that way, is the Caribbean Sea and Aruba and then Venezuela. If you look that way, that's the Atlantic Ocean over the ridge and then way up north from there. So I'm here as part of my series, Where in Jeff, all designed to kind of show viewers at home how easy it is to travel again and how to do it easily from the Rhinelander-Oneida County Airport as well. So I'm flying via Delta, and this trip you have to go through Atlanta to get here. And there still are some processes involved with traveling, so you will have to get a COVID test if you wanted to come here. For this island, though, the restriction is a 5-day prior to COVID test. So I got my test in Woodruff last week, Wednesday or Thursday, got the results back right away. You upload that to a website, and then they give you a QR code on your phone that you have to display to get out of the airport. So that's kind of how traveling is right now. Even as a fully vaccinated person, you still have to have those that QR code to get off or get onto the island. Okay, I'm here for a couple reasons. One, this is the island where they drive U.S. territory. They drive on the left. Yeah, they kept the old British way of driving around here. And two, this is also the island, along with St. John's and others around here, that got devastated 4 years ago from Hurricane Irma, the third most powerful hurricane in the Atlantic. Came through here, the 180-mile-per-hour winds. Where I'm standing now is under 12 feet of water, and it really just kind of knocked over everything. And I wanted to see how they've rebuilt, and they have. The airport was pretty much wiped out. They've restructured everything there. And then all the resorts, you know, from Margaritaville, which is down that way. I'm at the Lime Tree, and there's more off this way. All the resorts have rebuilt, so it's a fun place to come, and there's so much to do. World-class snorkeling right out there. You can book half-day tours or full-day tours with that, and it's a heck of a lot of fun to go snorkeling. Also, this is where one of the islands where all the turtles hatch too, and you can swim with the turtles like you swim with dolphins, and you kind of get right up close to them, of course, and this is a part of nature. 110 years old, and they just like it when you swim with them. So it's an interesting place to visit. People here are very friendly, easy to get through to via Minneapolis through Atlanta to here, flying back tomorrow the same way. And it really is a hot spot to come visit. There's a nightlife, there is things to do, the snorkeling and all the events around the area. So if you wanted to get away, and not like Hawaii where I was last week, which is kind of busy, this is the getaway where you can literally let everything go and you can have nobody around you if you wanted to sitting over here. Here now is Andrew with your local weather forecast.
Thank you, Jeff. Looking outside at our temperature history, we were feeling kind of like those St. Thomas temperatures with that 81 and 70 back at the beginning of May. But of course, we have been in a pretty cool trend with below average temperatures for a while now, for at least the past week or so. And for those high temperatures today, that did not change at all. So we're keeping up that trend of that really kind of cooler than average temperatures. North Woods, we saw lots of mid to upper 40s. Going towards central Wisconsin, 50s were a little more common. Overall, still a pretty cool day with those temperatures at about 15 to 20 degrees below our average. Now, looking at tonight, we do have a pretty cold night coming our way, so that does call for a freeze warning and frost advisory all across Wisconsin tonight. So make sure you're tending to those plants, making sure that they're well insulated through the overnight hours. Now, looking at right now, we have Rhinelander at 40 degrees, still dealing with some clouds, but we did start to see some clearing just before sunset. Those skies will continue to clear throughout the overnight period. And in Stevens Point, already seeing a lot more clearing down there, temperatures at 39 degrees. But overall tonight, we will be all getting below freezing. So taking to the skies now, like I said, we are dealing with those clouds decreasing now. We're going to be having those clearing skies for the rest of the overnight hours. So staying dry, I don't think we'll be seeing any sort of showers until we head towards the weekend. So what we're going to be looking forward to is a high pressure center coming out of the northwest towards our area. And this is going to be just bringing pretty calm conditions our way. So we'll have sinking air and mostly clear skies for the next couple of days. So expect plenty of sun all the way until Friday, because this high pressure center is not in any rush to go anywhere anytime soon. We're still seeing that through Wednesday evening into Thursday. So along with a pretty pleasant stretch coming our way this week, we'll be warming temperatures. So finally back in the 60s by Wednesday, and then we're staying there all the way through the weekend into next week. So we'll be seasonable with that average high in Rhinelander now of 64 degrees. But for now tonight, we are going to be getting pretty cool. Our average low temperature in Rhinelander is 38 degrees for this time of year. We're getting down to 26, so pretty cool out there. We'll be having those clearing skies. It may take some time to fully clear on out, and of course dealing with frost yet again throughout the overnight hours. And now looking at your Tuesday, a lot more sun is going to be back in the forecast. We'll be keeping that sun for a few more days. High temperatures in the 50s, so still a bit cool, but definitely evidence of seeing that warming trend coming our way. And now looking at your Northwoods Furniture and Mattress 7-day forecast. So for the next several days, high pressure coming our way, keeping conditions pretty pleasant and mild, and temperatures warming. And check out those overnight lows. Wednesday night, we're finally above freezing with that low of 37. Justin?
All right, thank you, Andrew. It may have been cool outside today, but it didn't stop local high school athletes from competing on the diamond. We'll have highlights after the break. But first, here's tonight's Job Watch.
Job Watch is brought to you by Ripco Credit Union.
Ripco Credit Union, since 1932. In the best of times and in times that require just a little more flexibility and kindness. We've been here, we'll be here. We are here for you. Federally insured by NCUA.
Whether it's for work or play, you want a truck that'll get the job done right. We have them all. Half-ton trucks, Power Strokes, Cummins, Duramax, SUVs, over 800 to choose from. Know that all Lenz trucks are fully inspected, certified clean, can be purchased online, and can be delivered right to your door. It's our way of saying thanks to our past and future customers for the last 35 years. Go now to lenztruck.com.
Lenz Truck. Update your home's exterior with help from Menards. Mastercraft makes great doors inside and out. We have the best in-stock selection to take home today, or design your door your way, in-store or online at menards.com. Then check out the great selection of gel-twin windows. Menards has over 140 in-stock sizes and styles of windows to choose from. Save 11% on all gel-twin windows and Mastercraft doors at Menards. Save big money at Menards.
The Auto Show started with an idea. Honor the future of innovation while celebrating today with special Auto Show offers on select Ford vehicles. For generations, that's exactly what Ford has done and continues to do. Because when all is said and done, Auto Show is more than just an event. It's a step towards a better future. This Auto Show season, get $4,500 cash back on a 2020 Escape. Only at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
Coming up on your Tuesday, we'll be talking with Nurse Christina Paris from the VA.
And a nice week is on the way with a mixture of clouds and sun and temperatures making it into the 60s. More when you tune in on your Tuesday.
Ripco Credit Union, since 1932. In the best of times and in times that require just a little more flexibility and kindness. We've been here, we'll be here. We are here for you. Federally insured by NCUA.
Sports Watch 12 with Griffin Stroing starts now.
I'll tell you what, this weather is a sick joke. I'm blaming Andrew and Jeff. You hear me, guys. It's May 10th, and I'm worried about snow for a softball game. That's just not right. But the athletes were pumped to play, even with the cold temperatures. The Tomahawk Hatchets were on the road taking on the Athens Blue Jays. A jam-packed first inning. Bases are loaded here for Tomahawks. Alyssa Ziner, she hits a bloop single into the outfield. 2 runs are going to come across the plate to score, and the Hatchets are still in business. But the Athens pitcher gets out of the jam with this strikeout right here. Inning could have been much worse for the Blue Jays, but they're only down 2, and they would answer back in the bottom of the inning. This pitch is going to get behind the catcher, and Athens is going to slide in for the 1 run. They would have runners in scoring position, but Maddie Marino, the Tomahawk pitcher, she shuts the door with this strikeout. Hatchets win a close one on the road, 4-3. More softball athletes braved the cold and had games today. Merrill and Mosinee, they went at it. Blue Jays get a big win on the road, 7-1. Also, Amherst puts on a show on the road as well. They defeat Iola Scandinavia 5-0, the final there. Now moving over to the boys. Marathon hosting Northland Pines. We're going to the third of this one. Pines down six, but still making some great plays. The third baseman with a snag here. He's stumbling, but still gets to throw to second for the force out to end the inning. But the Red Raiders were too much in this game. Now in the fourth, bases are loaded, and this one is smacked into right field. It gets down. 2 more runs are going to score. Marathon lead continues to grow. And then later on in the inning, it's Jaden Kohler. He gets a hold of this one. It's going all the way to the wall. Another RBI for the Raiders. Marathon wins big at home, 11-1. Now how about some more baseball scores? In Marshfield, Tigers hosting Medford. The Raiders go on the road and win 8-3 the final there. Then in Wisconsin Rapids, Auburndale with an impressive performance against Assumption. The offense scores 10, and their pitching doesn't allow a single run. You love to see that if you are an Eagles fan. The Bucs only have 5 games remaining in the regular season. Man, time sure does fly when you're having fun. They hit the road and headed out west. They were in San Antonio where they met the Spurs at the AT&T Center. First quarter of this one, Giannis going to have the ball here, going to work in the post. All of a sudden, though, there's 2 guys there. Going to draw a double team. Dishes it to Brook Lopez for the big man jam. Milwaukee with an early 2-point lead, but the Spurs, they came to play in this one. DeMar DeRozan taking Dante DiVincenzo and won. Spurs led by 9 at the end of the first, and the lead only grew. Now in the second, Lonnie Walker, he drills the 3. San Antonio's up 20. But what's a Bucs game without a Giannis highlight? The Greek Freak with a posterizing dunk over 3 defenders. Milwaukee, though, was never really in this game. They lose big time, 146-125. Now, the Aaron Rodgers drama in Green Bay has slowed down a little bit. We still haven't heard from the MVP quarterback himself, though, since this whole thing began. But today, we did hear from his #1 offensive weapon, Davante Adams. He talked to Fox's Colin Cowherd about the whole situation. Adams said that if Rodgers did not come back to Green Bay, quote, it would change a lot. It doesn't mean potentially I'd be gone, but I definitely have to do some extra thinking if my guy wasn't there, end quote. He's coming off his best season as a pro. Last season, he led the league with 18 touchdown receptions. Adams has 1 more year left on his contract. He is set to become a free agent in 2022. Justin, can you imagine if the Packers lost both Rodgers and Adams, their 2 stars?
Let's not think about that just yet. Thanks, Griffin. Still ahead, we have tonight's edition of Your 2 Cents. Plus, we'll hear from a UP man who had a scary experience on a plane last week. That's next. Newswatch 12 at 10.
Everyone sleeps at Tomahawk Furniture and Gun with prices so low you'll have to bend over to see them. Prices that'll make your eyes pop out. Want to sleep watching TV? Check out our recliners. You want to pass out face first in a sofa? Check out our sofas. And beds. We've got beds. Check us out. Prices so low you'll think we're crazy. Because everyone sleeps at Tomahawk Furniture and Gun.
I'll be right back. With moderate to severe Crohn's disease, I was there. Just not always where I needed to be.
Is she all right?
I hope so. So I talked to my doctor about Humira. I learned Humira is for people who still have symptoms of Crohn's disease after trying other medications. The majority of people on Humira saw significant symptom relief in as little as 4 weeks, and many achieved remission that can last.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections. Serious and sometimes fatal infections, including tuberculosis and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Be there for you and them. Ask your gastroenterologist about Humira. With Humira, remission is possible.
At Papa Murphy's, we believe Tuesdays should be taken seriously. That's why we need Seriously. We chop seriously and shred seriously. And it's why every Tuesday, you can get a large made-to-order pizza for just $10. Seriously. Because we're serious about Tuesdays. Even if you're not. Every Tuesday, get a large pizza for just $10. Papa Murphy's. Change the way you pizza.
Real estate auction, June 6, Pearson, Wisconsin. Ranch home and 10 acres being sold to the highest bidder. Contact Brass and St. Louis Auctions for more details.
ArtStart, WJFW, and Walmart collaborate to feature creative kids in the Northwoods. Submit your art projects, science experiments, and more at artstartrhinelander.org.
Rhinelander Chrysler Jeep Ram. A great selection and great employees equal the greatest experience. 3620 North Highway 47, Rhinelander, Wisconsin.
Scary takeoff for one UP man last week as the emergency door fell off while the plane he was in was about to take off. Tommy Yon from Wakefield, Michigan, was taking a flight from Minneapolis to Ironwood, near where he lives. He was on a small 8-person plane flown by Boutique Airlines when he says the plane was going about 100 miles an hour down the runway when the door just flew off, sucking his carry-on bag right out the opening.
The noise and the wind and everything, and I didn't even see my bag get sucked out of the plane. I got it right here. This bag right here got sucked right out of the plane, and they gave it to me an hour later after takeoff, but it was scary.
Jan and several other passengers on the flight ended up taking a ride share back to Ironwood. Cost about $400 the trip. Viewers called in over the weekend with a variety of thoughts and questions about our news coverage here on WJFW. We begin tonight's Your Two Cents with the viewer complimenting one of our meteorologists. Also sounds a bit like a veiled insult to one of our other meteorologists. We'll let you be the judge.
To listen to your messages, press L. This is out to Andrew. He does a great job. With the weather, you step aside so we can see the entire screen, and you dress sharp. Suit jacket, always buttoned, and you never stick your hand in your pocket over and over during the weather.
My question is for Jeff. Why is the weather so difficult to forecast in the North Woods? And it isn't only you. It's everybody up here that gives out a forecast, and 75% of the time it doesn't happen. And I don't believe it's a fault of you guys. I just got to understand it a little better. Thank you.
And my husband and I were wondering if someone could give Sierra in the morning a chair. She could be 6 feet apart from Peter and Devin if she had a chair. Thank you, dear. Thank you.
If you want to make your voice heard on Your Two Cents, give us a call at 715-365-8812, extension 319. Again, 715-365-8812, extension 319. I'll respond to some of your calls on Friday as part of My Two Cents. We'll be right back.
Would you rather have hiccups for a week or get the worst haircut ever? Some choices are a lose-lose. But at Taco John's, choose 3 chicken street tacos or 3 grilled chicken soft-shell tacos for just $5. Win-win. Taco John's. Bigger, bolder.
Summer's here, and with a great deal on a new Toyota, you can go out and enjoy all your favorite summer sports, like softball, beach volleyball, triathlons, woo, racing, golf. Whoa! Someone needs lessons.
Right now, you can lease a new family-friendly 2021 Sienna or a stylish new 2021 Highlander for just $299 a month.
Get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Need a new boat? Then it's time to trade and upgrade with American Marine and Motorsports, because we need your old boat. We need to buy fishing boats, pontoons, and speedboats. So trade in your old one and upgrade into a new boat today. Come check out more boats and pontoons in stock than anywhere else in Wisconsin. Or we could help you get top dollar by selling your old boat on consignment. It's time to trade and upgrade with American Marine and Motorsports Shawano.
Wisconsin's Knowles Nelson Stewardship Program has been protecting our land and water for 30 years. Let's keep it that way. Our parks, trails, and open spaces give us a place to recharge and safely connect with friends and family. From trails and parks to waterways and working forests, Knowles Nelson gets it done. But if the legislature doesn't act now, we could lose what makes Wisconsin special. Call your senator. Reauthorize the Knowles Nelson Stewardship Program for 10 years for Wisconsin.
That's a pretty tight spot.
Watch this.
Your Buick Park said so. That's so you.
Of course you know where we're going. That's so you.
Kinda got a sixth sense.
And a head-up display.
They're here.
You brought all these players in your Buick?
Yeah,
So you.
it is.
At the heart of every Buick SUV is you. Use purchase allowance to get up to 16% below MSRP on 2021 Buick SUVs.
A nursing home promises to care for our parents as cherished loved ones. But if your parents have been injured in a nursing home, we can help. Habish, Habish, and Rotier. We fight for what's right.
Real estate auction, May 15th. Beautiful Duck Lake home in Eagle River being sold to the highest bidder regardless of price. Contact Brass and St. Louis Auctions for more details.
Take it away, boys.
Jeff, we're seeing a bit of a warm-up this week, though nothing quite like you're experiencing in the Caribbean right now.
It's so different down here because, we're close to the equator where I'm at right now in St. Thomas, and the nightly lows typically get down to 72. The average high is 85, 86, and it pretty much does that every single day. A far cry from what we're going through right now in Wisconsin, but however, the long-range temperature outlooks for Wisconsin have mid to late May well above average. That could put us easily in the 70s a week and a half from now. But looking outside now, the 7-day forecast includes not a lot of 70s, lots of 60s in there, though, with maybe some rain toward the end of the week.
I don't mind the 60s and 70s compared to 80s. It'll be okay. We'll get outside and enjoy it. All right, thanks, Jeff. Thank you for joining us on News Watch 12 tonight at 10. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is next. Have a great night. We'll see you back here tomorrow with more.